instead they rather say you go to jail, you go to jail, you go to jail, you go to jail, send them to jail.
Right.
When the African American man has been to jail all over all these years and all these years.
Right.
Instead of us getting the mental health or the correct things we need to get, we rather just go to jail and sit in there.
Wow.
So I know it's true.
Right.
I've been there.
Hey, this is Ask Pharmacist Tish. I am in the beautiful city of Charlotte, North Carolina. And who do I have the pleasure of meeting today?
John Phillip.
So what brought you down to the Charlotte area?
Because of the opportunities that they have. Other places you may not get a lot of attention to your needs as far as when you're homeless or when you first come to Charlotte. There's a lot of agencies and people on the street like yourselves who's interested in knowing about how a person became homeless and what's going on in their life.
Okay.
And I think, like I said, just the opportunities and more chances to do better things. And mostly, the most time I've been here, I've met a lot of positive people.
Okay.
Very positive. Most people don't even want to talk to you if it's dealing with negative stuff.
Right.
So that's what it is. I like that opportunity and chance. Sometimes it's far out that people, all the entertainers, you got the basketball players, the football players, they got other people handling their business and they think they're actually doing the correct and the right thing.
Right, oh, that's a good
Some of
point.
them are doing great things, but when they connect with somebody like yourself, see you hands-on right there in front of the people all out here,
Okay.
handling people and communicating and talking to people. I don't have no fear of being able to get right down to the needs of the people,
Okay.
And some people don't have that. Some people is so, entwined inside of their own
Right.
materialistic world and their monies and what they can do with their life instead of helping other people. But another thing too, I've seen here a lot of churches,
Right.
a lot of churches, black and white, definitely, will feed people, help you clothes, anything they can do, they come out every week, all the time. You could never, ever, ever, ever go hungry in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Right.
I want to eat. If you want food, and clothes and socks and things to help you, get to where you need to get to, then Charlotte would be the place because they don't want it homeless existing. I know the political people and the people in high positions really don't.
Right.
But they got to understand that some of this is dealing with mental issues that we have, and that a lot of African American men for 15, 20, and 30, 40 years, we are suffering from what our parents went through.
Right.
Back then, and everybody want to brush it off. All races, and especially blacks, want to brush it off from the real truth of what we're suffering from. A lot of us don't want to be out here. A lot of us want love and attention,
Right.
not criticize, not putting you down, not degrade you, not curse you out,
Right.
not call you stupid and dumb and foolish and playing a lot of silly games with you. And a lot of our people do that.
Right.
I know people just can't give all the time because they're going through it and trying to, people do regular jobs and everything, and people that have jobs for 20 and 30 years and still ain't got nowhere with their regular jobs.
You ain't never lie.
A divide in the,
And one paycheck away from being homeless.
Yes.
All
exactly.
that working, one paycheck away from homelessness.
Exactly.
Right.
So they expect everything that you expect out of them, don't expect out of them. You know what I'm saying?
Perfectly
Don't
said.
expect that. Just try to be there for them.
Right.
Continue to spiritually pray with a dedication to the moms, the dads, the uncles, the cousins, the sisters, the brothers, all over. Just continue to pray for the ones out here on the street. Don't keep criticizing. Well, you said last year. Well, you said the year before that. We're suffering from a lot of mental issues. And that's really what I want to just pound on there.
Wow, that's
because
perfect.
It is. And some things can just click us right there.
Right.
To deal with our wife, sister, brother, niece, nephew, girlfriends, things can click. I've seen really nice young guys dressed well, young girls dressed well, that's on drugs.
Right.
He's doing all kind of drugs.
Right.
And black. So it's an epidemic out here. And I think it needs to be addressed and
Right.
more attention. In order to get the people off the street, you have to have other ways and means to be able to help financially get them off of it.
So let me ask you this. So a lot of times people do assume people are on the streets because they're lazy or, you know what I'm noticing?
Yeah.
It's mental health. It's a lot of unresolved And you know where the mental health comes from? Unresolved trauma. It's so many people who have gone through stuff from their childhood. And like you said, not everyone's built the same. And it's like, and now we're dealing with adults that have gone through that. And that really just touches my heart, because I know when I have a hard day or something, I can't function well. I have a hard time going to work and stuff. So I can't, and I came from a good childhood, so I can't imagine having a hard childhood and still have to move through life. And that's what homelessness is about. It's about being lazy. Y'all are the best people I've met. You see me? I've been hanging out here for how long? Just enjoying everybody.
Over the months and the years.
Yeah, just enjoy.
Back.
Yeah, just enjoying
2001 too.
people.
And so, you know, I just want to.
So how long you been homeless?
Well, I just became again in about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Before then, I was up here probably 4 or 5 months.
Right. How are you
I'm
doing?
Spiritual about. You know, when I touch down here, it changes my outlook. It changes my vision.
Right.
It changes my. You know, I feel positive. I feel, you know, accepted.
So all of the support from Charlotte makes you feel more ready to do.
Motivated. I just want to let everybody know that, like, because a lot of dads been absent for a long period of time.
Okay.
And these men, young and old, constantly tells me that, you know, if I would have had a dad, or if mom, or the decision that she made, or if my dad would have been able to, we have thousands of them out here.
Right.
And mentally and psychologically and emotionally, it hurts them because they didn't have that part to be able to teach the things that they need to be taught in order to become a man. And we being blamed for that, and because of, I think it's a part of the vision of the system.
Okay.
That black men don't be in a home for the projects and any other situation and get locked up for this stuff. You know, and so by being the absence, you know, of a dad, you know, it makes a difference in a lot of development. Not all, because I never put all in any of the things that we all live about.
But a collective.
I don't say all, but it has an effect on how the guys can keep motivated. You know, you got a dad that can hug you, love you, and teach you how to become this, teach you how to treat a woman, teach you how to grow, teach you how to develop, teach you how to be responsible. And a lot of people, you know, hold it against you. It matters. It matters a lot. So don't think about keeping kids out of their dad's life. If he ain't harming them, harming you, breaking and doing nothing wrong, let the man see his children.
Okay. Are you going through that?
Time, quality time.
Have you gone through?
Very important.
Have you gone through anything like that?
Of course I have. I mean, that's why I'm talking about. You talk about your experiences, but I'm talking about other men.
Right, gotcha.
Other guys, I promise you, probably 200-300 out of met over the last 3 or 4 years from here in other states, other towns.
Right.
In the last 3 or 4 years, that's all I hear. Man, my dad, you know. So some didn't have a dad and very successful.
Right.
But that's not going to be all everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even the successful black men, we ain't got, you know, I got my career, I got that. You know, they can try to be dads to other kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or other teenagers that I see young 18, 17, 21, 30-year-old on drugs. Already hard drugs.
Right.
Very hard.
Oh yeah.
More so than what, you know what I'm saying? So I know that it is a serious issue.
What do we need? What is needed? More so, is it mental health therapy?
Mental health is the first thing. I think
you think that's the first thing, or housing?
Housing is right there with the mental health also. But you can't just pass. You can't just give a little bit. You got to have an organization or a plan where these people are in this home and in these settings, in these places where you are dealing with them. Instead, they rather say, you go to jail, you go to jail, you go to jail, you go to jail, send them to jail. Right. When the African American man has been to jail all over all these years and all these years.
Right.
Instead of us getting the mental health or the correct things we need to get, we rather just go to jail and sit in there.
Wow.
So I know it's true.
Right.
I've been there.
You know how they help a little bit here and there, or just you know, and it helps, but we want to bring a problem to a resolve.
Exactly.
Because there are people like you that are functional, that are well. It just, you know, just things don't pan out perfectly in life.
And that's what has been happening with me. I must admit it. I must be truthful about it. I'm going through 20s now. I'd rather not admit it or whatever here. But at the same time, This is the first time I ever did it. I've been dying and waiting for a long time just to do something like this. Maybe in a more, regardless of my situation now and where I'm at, I still feel positive.
It's always a start.
Good about
it's
it.
always a
And
start.
I always wanted to sit down and talk about our issues,
Right.
our problems, and the thing we're suffering from. Why I know that, I'm, all the entertainers, like I say, all the basketball players, all of them, all of them. Get straight with somebody direct. With some of your finances to go, young lady like yourself and other female women, to go direct to the people.
Right.
Because when you send a lot of your money to the organization, it don't go direct. And then they decide who they want to help when they want to help them.
Beautiful.
And you don't necessarily get all of what they say you're going to get. So that's why I'm asking all of them, please. Man,
So hit the field. You're saying. So instead of going through, organizations are good, but a lot of times when you hit the field, you really can hear and really get things funneled through.
If you give it up financial money to them,
right,
in your position to do it. There's no book that has written that any one of us is guaranteed to wake up in the morning. Show me a book that say you are guaranteed to wake up in the morning.
Right,
it's not true. So all of the materialistic thing, all the things you possess, and all the things that you have, you may not be there to enjoy it, and the person is going to be left to somebody else.
Wow.
So share all this material stuff. I think it's a lot because my dad, he was a millionaire himself, but he didn't teach me anything. He didn't tell me he loved me. He didn't hug me. He didn't show me how to become a man. He gave me money. I hated money. I just like materialistic things because I know none of that can love me back.
Right.
It has no feelings of real truth. People hide behind money, cars, jewelry, clothes, or whatever, anything pleasurable, sex and everything. People hide behind it to really become the human that God, really want them to be.
Right.
They're hiding behind a lot of things.
Right.
They're not really facing who they really are and continue to throwing money, shoes, clothes, cars around, and they living off that.
So you feel that white people get more help being homeless than black people, or is it all the same, or what's your experience?
No, it's not the same. It's not the same because I'm not living in that world where it is the same.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not the same, and yes, I've seen it from different cities and towns.
Okay.
Towns and stuff. They do help them more, or be able to. They want them to come more to them because there's a lot of them that just don't even go to them. But they will.
When you mean them, who you're referring to, like white people?
Okay, to the organizations or the people who have. Yes, they will, in some cities and towns and counties and states, will help Caucasians more so than they will African Americans. It exists everywhere, from the prison systems to the courthouse, to the jails,
right?
to the social programs.
That's just everything.
Yes,
that's just everything.
When it has something to do with the advancement of people. I'm not saying it because white people stood there and died for us. And
right.
Got slaughtered and got throat cut and killed and shot too, and that's those kind of people help us get free and all of those type of things. There are some human black people, white people like that, but at the same time, like I'm saying, yes, they are helped more than what we are, especially in the criminal system. I had to work at a place called Microfilm because they said, well, you working there? You can't work there. Please tell them that you can't read. I said, what? Because I didn't want to go to the hog farm and kill hogs, but to go to work at this, they had all the inmate records.
Okay.
I compared hundreds, not thousands of records when I worked there, and the same kind of crime that we committed, we was getting 10 to 25 more years more than them.
Right.
It ain't stopped. They preferred to send them to programs immediately right away, not to the prison, to the program. You see what I'm saying? Where they can get some help.
Right.
But we got to go to the prison.
Right. No kind of rehabilitation.
So we can get help.
You're right.
You feel me? So
right. And that breaks the spirit when you go through a different experience. Like if you go through a program, your spirit is not going to be broken necessarily,
exactly.
and it looks better on the records.
It is.
Whereas when you go straight to prison, your spirit is broken. You start to think that you're more horrible, and
your family, your kids,
right,
your mom, your sister, your brother, your aunt. and they don't get as much time. A guy was just talking about this from a place I just came. He was just on this almost all day. Almost all day he was on this, saying how much more time that we get.
Right.
How we don't get to go to those programs that really will help.
Right.
And to make us feel positive and great about ourselves. Some people come out the prison system, a minute they all right, but then they get broke right back down.
Right.
And I'm asking that, across the United States of America, across Charlotte here, and some other counties, y'all stop, stop, and really, even some of the clerks and attorneys and the district attorneys, some of them think we are lost cases.
Right.
And trying to throw us behind bars and jails too. Get them on out the way.
And
we all came from the same thing we came from. I'm not making excuses that we all could make. I'm just so happy and glad for judges and prosecutors that's black.
Right.
I don't think they're just to send us to jail.
Right.
Put us in some of those programs also.
Right. Make it fair.
Yeah.
But you really got me fired up, so I appreciate
Thank you so
that.
much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks so much. Nice meeting you so much.